discuss about the twist theory of innovation. And I show on the table. People face two types of problem. Two types of problem. Some problem we already know how to resolve it. This means the problem with no solutions. But many problems with a no solution. This means we have not know the solution yet, and we need to find the solutions. So for no solution, we can have some information by books or journal or online source. For example, airline. You know the pilots when you use when the pilots they use the aircraft, they always have the handbook, some problem, how to handle some problem. This means it's a procedure. And when the aircraft have faced this problem, the pilots can open the handbook and to show the solutions. We call this a no solution. But most of the time we face with a no solution. So we need to, a no solution are known as an inventive problem. It means the problem needs you to brainstorm or to discuss or to work to find the solutions. We call this a no solution. And we have many ways to show the problem or to find the solution. And twist is one way to do that. Okay? We can apply many techniques, many ways to show the problem or to find the solutions. And twist theory is one tool or one approach for problem solving. Look at this example. Okay, we have some problem here. Here is a problem. And here is the solution development. And because we are facing the problem, so we need to move from here to here. Okay? When we stand here, we don't know the solutions. And what we need to achieve? Find solution. Okay? And if you don't have some tool to do that, maybe you should maybe you will fall down. So we have, it means when you see the problem, okay, you may randomly select some solution and try. So it's so risky. So twist theory will help you to move from here to here, safety. So in general, what is twist theory? Twist theory is a tool, or one approach, or one technique that help you to find the solution logically. For example, when you see wrong, okay, you can guess, okay, we may choose solution A, solution B, solution C. But twist theory will help you to formulate the solution in a logical way. Okay, so the first perception about twist theory is that it's a tool or one technique or one approach that helps you to find the solution for the problem you are facing with. Okay, so it depends on data, research, and logic. And the key points of twist theory is that universal principles of creativity form the foundation of innovations. So twist theory provides you the universal, is in general, principle. And based on this principle, you can form the innovation or innovative idea. Twist identifies and codifies the principle and use them to make creative process and more predictable. So in general, what is twist? It has 40 principles. Which provide you 40 principles. It's either general principle. It's a general principle. Okay? And you can apply this principle for your specific case. And based on that, you can provide or find the specific solution. So the tricks provide you 39 problem parameters and 40 invented principles. So first thing, you need to understand 40 principles. You don't need to remember, no. You have to understand. And later I will, okay, not later, right now I will provide you the path. Okay, let's open the Excel file I sent you. I will introduce first, maybe you will have the first perception about the trip theory. You see in the right hand side, is the general principle. Totally they have 40 principles. For example, principle 1. Later I will discuss with you 40 principles here. The segmentation, something like that. So how to come with the principle? We have 39 parameters. We have 39 parameters. Okay? So for the problem you face, you need to answer, you need to identify which parameter need to be increased or improved. So among 39 parameters, you have to read the parameter and identify which parameter you need to be increased, you need to increase or enhance or improve. And at the same time, which parameter need to be decreased or removed or reduce. Okay? I just make example. You can hear improving parameter. It means what do you need to make it better? For example, I do the first weight of moving object parameter. And at the same time, I want to reduce number 6. So no principle, okay? No principle here. But, okay, you see when I combine improve number 1 and reduce number 10, it will give you 4 principles, okay? And you can base on each principle to think about, okay, for each principle, what solution you could do. It's so interesting. So interesting. This theory, make sure you can find the solutions. You can find the solutions. Okay, I just provide you the overall perception about this, how does it work. So what need to do? Identify what parameter you need to increase. And what parameter need to be decreased? And you will have a matrix. And this matrix you will find solution. You know, for example, I have 6 parameters increase and 5 parameters decrease. So we will have 30 before, because we had a matrix, right? 6 plus 5 is 30. And for each box, maybe you have 4 principles. So you have many principles. So based on this matrix, you need to identify which principle repeat. This will be the principle you need to follow. Okay, just example. Again. So, for example, I have the matrix here. And here is what it increase and here is what it decrease, right? So, the first step you need to identify the parameter need to be increase. For example, 1, 2, 3. Just example. Here is 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So when you increase 1 and decrease 4, you may have solution 1, 2, 6, 7, something like that. So you need to combine. So here you will have the principle. Here's a principle. So you will identify which principle appears many times. And this may be the principle you will follow. Okay, so later I will work with you one example. And then I will let you do another group work. Understand? So now I will introduce and discuss with you the general principle. Here is the logic behind the trick theory. You can see here, you have your specific problem here. You have your specific problem. And you need to make your specific problem become the general problem of trick theory. And based on the general problem, you will find the general solutions based on trick theory. And based on the general solution or principle of trick theory, you will find your specific solution. It's a bridge. You know, you are here, you have problem. Look at here, you have problem here. If you immediately find some solutions, it's like here, you are here. You immediately find a solution. Maybe you will fall down. It's been risky. So trick theory. So you have your specific problem. You transfer your specific problem into the general problem of trick. So general problem of trick is parameter. And based on this, you will have principle. It means the solution of truth. And based on the general solution of truth, you will find the specific solution for your case. This is the logic of truth theory. Can you repeat it? How does this work? Okay, explain again. Make sure you understand.
So first, when you identify the problem, if you just find a solution, it will be risky. Like you jump through the hoop. But you can.
So truth theory here have you to is the bridge. Okay. you have yours. You explain me again here your specific problem, and then use the truth database mean 39 parameters. Here you need to identify what needs to be increased or improved, and what needs to be decreased or removed. Okay, and based on this, you will have the general solution. General solution is mean 40 principles in the Excel files I sent you. And based on the principle, general principle, you will brainstorm to find a specific solution. For example, if you feel, okay, if you have the answer, segmentation. So segmentation is mean divide something into small parts. So how can you apply in the service? Segmentation, customer into different groups, something like that. But one drawback of this theory is that it's for engineering aspect. But because we are management students, so maybe we need to modify it to apply it to service. So later I will introduce you the parameter in the service aspect. So now we will discuss 40 principles. You don't need to remember, don't need to learn by heart, but make sure you understand the logic of principle. Okay? The three theory, they have two central concepts we will discuss. Generalizing problem and solution, and eliminating contradiction. Contradiction is mean the conflict. So the three theories say that problem and solution are repeated across industry. So that's why I say these theories were initially developed in the engineering industry, but it can be applied for another industry because the problem and solution are repeated across industry. And using truths include learning these repeat patterns and understand the contradictions. So, eliminating contradictions. We have some contradictions, it means some conflicts. Technical contradictions. So when you identify the problem, you need to identify the conflicts or contradictions. When you improve something and it leads to something else suffering a negative effect. When you improve something, it will lead to something negatively affected. For example, product gets stronger, but the waste increase. You want to improve the size of the product to make it stronger. It's a positive side, but at the same time the waste increase. Not good. A business improve the service and delivery to its customer, so it may lead to more orders. In the rush hour, right? In the rush hour, customer need to wait for a long time. To prevent the waiting time, you provide a food delivery, so customer can stay at home to order food. They don't need to wait, so you can resolve the problem. Okay, waiting time, so increase the positive side. But maybe unable to accommodate the influx of new customers. It means when they order, at the same time when they make orders, it will lead to over orders. So maybe it's you cannot handle within the short time. So it will lead to customer have to wait at home so long. So when you increase something, at the same time another thing will suffering from negative effect. physical contradictions. A system may have requirements that are contrary in nature, resulting in physical contradictions. So as a customer, when you use the software, you want more functions, right? But at the same time, you also require to be easy to learn, simple. It's a conflict. You want a software with many functions, but you also require it to be simple. Okay? Umbrella. You want an umbrella to be large, to cover, right? You can't keep you out the rain to cover. But at the same time, you want it small. Because if it's large, it cannot be small. So, this theory we have you to address these contradictions. How can you provide, for example, design an umbrella that can satisfy both large but easy to move, easy to keep? Okay? So, in general, because we are humans, we always expect and require the perfect things. And you require the perfect things. This may have some conflicts in nature. So for example, you don't want to do many assignments, but at the same time you want to get the high score. Contradictions. You don't want to spend much more time on completing the assignment at home, but you want to make its quality as good as possible. So the solution. What is the solution? You don't want to spend much time at home to finish assignment, but at the same time you want its quality is as good as possible. So what will be solution? What will be solution? Now? Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Please remember, I don't provide you to use AI, but make sure when you submit your assignment, if I use the software to check, okay, it shows AI, so I will return it to you and you need to revise. AI or ChatGPT is not prohibited in my class. But make sure when you submit your assignment, if I use software to check, I have the software to check it, and it will show how many % of your assignments is AI written. So you need to revise this. Okay. So using AI is good, but you have to use it smartly. So I'm asking you about the contradictions. So one solution is that you spend more effort and stay focused on class to make sure you understand all, so at home you don't need to review. Don't waste your time. It's one solution, just simple. So most of the time we will have the contradictions. It's a nature. So we need to find the solution to balance this. It's a logic of truth theory. So any question? Okay. So now we will discuss 40 principles. And maybe after that, I will work with you on one example. And I will learn you how to do it step by step. And then you need to apply in the workgroup. So here is 39 parameter. 39 parameter. So what you need to do? You need to identify the problem parameter to determine feature to improve and undesired result. Do you understand the first step? Here is what you need to do. Analyze problem to determine feature to improve. Okay? And at the same time, if you improve this, what will be a desirable result? See what will refuse. The stage. First stage, we have 39 parameters. Okay? So you need to identify what parameter need to be improved. For example, speed. Improve the speed. So when you improve the speed, what will be the negative result? Maybe loss of energy, something like that. You want to, for example, you want to improve number 9, right? But when you improve speed, maybe it will lead to loss of energy, something like that. So use the method, use the exercise. Help me to find a solution. Number 9, improve speed, right? And at the result, it will lead to loss of energy. So the solution will be, you will have 4 solutions: 14, 20, 19, and 35. Understand? And then you will base on the general principle to find a specific solution. Okay, so now we discuss 40 general solutions. And you know, after you learn this course and you tell another, okay, I learned 2 theory and I know how to apply it for innovation. Perfect. Another people admire you. So first of all, we discuss 40 general solutions.